stop trying so hard to get abs. 2024 is just about over. If you didn't manage to get your six-pack this year, let's make 2025 the year you finally get those abs popping.
All right, so today, let's dive into something I'm sure at some point we've all thought about.
Yeah.
Visible abs.
Absolutely.
We're talking that six-pack.
Yep.
But without, having to look like a walking anatomy chart.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So thankfully, we've got a great source to kind of dig into today.
Okay.
It's a video from One Fitness.
Oh.
And it really busts some myths about how to get those abs to pop.
Okay,
So
awesome.
the most surprising part,
Yeah.
you don't have to be super shredded
Oh, wow. Okay.
to see definition.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is a crucial point.
Yeah.
It can be really misleading, that like shredded physique we see online,
Right.
especially from, influencers and bodybuilders.
Especially if you're not using anything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It sets an unrealistic standard.
So let's talk about what makes the natural approach different visually.
Okay, so there's a few things that come into play here.
Okay.
When someone is using substances like anabolic steroids, they can get to these insanely low body fat percentages
Right.
and still like pack on tons of muscle.
Okay.
So that leads to that super lean, almost like paper thin skin look
Right.
that everyone associates with a ripped six-pack.
But what about for those of us going the natural route?
Okay, so for people who are natural,
Right.
it can actually backfire to try to get to those super low body fat levels.
Yeah.
Not only is it super hard to maintain,
Yeah.
it can really mess with your hormones,
Oh, wow.
deplete those essential nutrients,
Yep.
and even like mess with you mentally.
Wow. Okay, so on top of that, it might not even give you the look you're after.
Nope.
The One Fitness video really emphasized that abs are muscles,
They are.
just like any other muscle group.
Yeah.
They need to be trained specifically to grow and be defined.
Absolutely. Like, think about it like stealthing.
Yeah.
You're not just, chiseling away the extra material.
Right.
You're actually building up that structure underneath.
Yeah.
So stronger abs are going to be naturally more prominent and defined,
Right.
even at a slightly higher body fat percentage.
Now, this brings us to a saying I'm sure we've all heard before.
You okay?
Abs are made in the kitchen
Right.
to a certain degree.
Uh-huh.
The video actually uses that phrase.
Okay.
And I'm curious to hear your take on it.
Okay, yeah, it's a catchy phrase for sure.
Right.
There's definitely truth to it.
Okay.
What you eat plays a huge role in muscle growth and
Yeah.
how visible those muscles are.
Okay.
Like, even the strongest abs will be hidden under a layer of fat.
Yeah. So,
But the video is careful to point out that we shouldn't take it literally, right?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
The problem is people think they need to starve themselves
Right.
to get a six-pack.
Yeah.
That couldn't be further from the truth.
Okay.
It can actually make things harder because you're restricting your calories.
Wow.
And that hinders muscle growth.
Right.
So it's all about balance.
You got to fuel your body properly, but be mindful of your calories.
Speaking of balance,
Yeah.
One Fitness suggests a range of like 12 to 20% body fat
Okay.
for visible abs and overall well-being.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a really solid and healthy range to aim for.
Okay.
It allows for some flexibility,
Yeah.
recognizes that everyone's body is different.
And it emphasizes well-being, not just aesthetics,
Right, exactly.
which I love.
It's not about punishing yourself
Yeah.
to fit into this like unrealistic ideal.
What's fascinating is that if you focus on building strength and maintaining a healthy body fat,
Yeah,
you can actually have a more aesthetically pleasing physique,
it's true.
even just in everyday life.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so when you're carrying a little bit more like healthy weight,
Uh-huh.
your muscles actually tend to look fuller,
Oh.
even under clothing.
You're
It's like the
saying.
difference between wearing a fitted suit
Okay.
and something baggy. The right amount of body fat
Yeah.
can actually enhance your physique.
So it's not about being shredded.
Right.
It's about looking strong and healthy.
Right.
Like the difference between a marathon runner
Yeah.
and like a power lifter or something.
Exactly. Marathon runners are super lean,
Right.
but they don't have that powerful look.
Yeah.
One Fitness actually talked about this,
Okay.
about how you appear in casual settings.
Yeah.
When you're always trying to be super lean,
Uh-huh.
you might look good with your shirt off,
Right.
but in normal clothes, you might look smaller.
Oh, I've definitely seen that.
Yeah.
People train so hard,
Yeah.
but they end up looking gaunt
Right.
and tired.
It's like counterintuitive.
So it's about the big picture.
It is. It all goes back to that idea of overall strength
Yeah.
and muscle mass.
Okay.
The video made a good point. If someone said, like, a big back was made in the kitchen,
That-
you'd laugh at them, right?
Totally. You need to hit the weights for that.
Exactly. And
Right.
it's the same for your abs. Okay.
It's a muscle group, you got to train it.
So you can't starve yourself to a six-pack.
Nope.
So for anyone listening who's been in that shredded or nothing mindset,
Uh-huh.
what's the takeaway here?
Okay, so the biggest thing is
Yeah.
you don't have to go to extremes to have visible abs.
Oh, okay.
You need a sustainable approach
Right.
that puts your physical and mental health first.
Okay.
So instead of fixating on a number,
Yeah.
focus on your relationship with food.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy working out
Right.
and celebrate all your progress.
Yeah, it's not just about how you look.
Right.
It's how you feel.
Feeling good is important.
Exactly. Like feeling strong and energized and confident.
Totally.
That's more important than a number on the scale.
And you know what?
Yeah.
When you focus on that stuff, usually the aesthetics follow naturally.
Okay, so one fitness, really stressed,
Yeah.
training your abs like any other muscle.
It's important.
Can we get into some effective ways to do that? Absolutely. There are so many great exercises out there.
Okay.
Some of my favorites are
Yeah.
you want to make sure you hit every part of your core.
Okay.
Upper abs, lower abs, obliques.
So not just crunches.
Right. There are a ton of variations.
Okay.
Planks, leg raises, Russian twists, cable crunches.
Okay.
You want to make sure you challenge yourself
Uh-huh.
and make it harder over time.
What about form?
Form is so crucial,
Okay.
especially for your core.
Right.
You want to make sure you're using the right muscles
Yeah.
and you're not putting any strain on your back or neck.
Okay.
A common mistake is people arching their backs
Oh, yeah.
when they do crunches.
Okay.
Keep that core engaged
Right.
and your spine straight.
It's like bracing for a punch to the stomach, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
You want to create that tension and stability.
Okay.
And it protects your spine.
Right.
And make sure you're using the right muscles.
Don't forget about breathing.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Okay.
It's easy to hold your breath, but breathing properly can help you so much.
Interesting.
It can really enhance your performance
Okay.
and help you engage your core more.
Wow. Okay, so we've talked about strength training,
Uh-huh.
healthy body fat,
Yeah,
ditching the shredded mentality.
right.
But what about genetics?
Oh, yeah.
Do they make a difference?
They definitely do. Just
Yeah.
like some people build muscle more easily.
Yeah.
Some people might store more fat in certain areas, like their abs.
So even if you do everything right,
Yeah,
you might not have the same six-pack as someone else.
it's true. Everyone has different genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why you got to focus on your own progress.
Right.
And what works for your body.
Okay.
You know, don't compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
The goal is to be the best version of you,
Right.
not a copy of someone else.
I like that.
We all have our own unique thing going on.
Right.
And we got to celebrate that.
And you know, it's funny. One fitness even said that a little bit higher body fat percentage
Uh-huh.
can make you look bigger in normal life.
It's true.
Really?
And it's not just looks either.
Right.
A healthy body fat helps your hormones.
Uh-huh.
It gives you more energy. And you just feel better overall.
Right.
So you can fuel your workouts better
Yeah.
and recover faster.
Okay.
And that means you make more progress.
So it's about that sweet spot
Yeah.
where you feel good,
Right.
look good,
Uh-huh.
and perform your best.
Exactly. No need for extremes.
Fitness is a journey, not a destination.
I love that.
Sustainable changes you can stick with,
Yes.
not quick fixes
Right.
or unrealistic things.
This has been so eye-opening.
I think this will help a lot of people.
Me too.
Let go of that shredded idea.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up,
Okay.
what's one last thought?
I would say
Yeah.
shift your focus from how you look
Okay.
to how strong and healthy you feel.